SKTWINZTV here, guys, and we're just gonna break down and review the fights from last night. UFC Fight Night, Mexico City. I'm gonna start with the early prelims that were on Fight Pass. It was a lightweight bout in the early prelims. I never actually watched this fight. I actually started watching it from the actual prelims, not the early prelims. So it's Jordan Ronaldo. He's got four first round finishes, 7 wins by submission. He's won 5 of his last 6 fights. So I never actually watched this fight last night. So I'm gonna just give you a little brief breakdown of what went down. Such a great night of fights. Alvaro Herrera from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. So many great fights. And that Mexican crowd really come to support their fighters. And just a lot of people really put their heart on the line last night. And there's so many great performances, so many great finishes. But we'll get into that. Just making his way to the cage. So Herrera's got 4 first round finishes as well. Finished 8 of his 9. Last of his 8 of his 9 wins or finishes. Just making sure I've got everything there. Ronaldo. Joe Martinez is introducing the fighters. This fight's at lightweight. So we've got Ronaldo, who's wearing the blue shorts, and then Herrera in the black. Both guys started off really patient and balanced, and just sort of sussing the other man out and seeing what he's got and what he can bring to the table. Nice takedown in the start. The first round pretty much even. Start of the second round, Ronaldo gets a beautiful takedown right into side control. He's just pinned him right against the fence. He's got him controlled. Oh, he's tapping out from a Von Flue choke, I think. That's quite a crazy finish, to be honest. Because he had Herrera in side control, but Herrera, that old thing that people do when someone's in your side control, and you're trying to you're trying to headlock him from being underneath. You can get a Von Flue choked from there, and we've started to see that more often in MMA, and we've seen it tonight. It actually came out of nowhere there. Herrera started tapping out. Crazy. Excellent second round finish. No, first round finish, sorry. 2 minutes 1 second into the first round. Beautiful Von Flue choke. So that was nice. In the second fight that I didn't get to fully catch. No, in fact, sorry, I cut this one. So I got some notes. Hold on. Flyweight bout between 2 excellent fighters. Really brought it. Moralez versus Sanchez. Just making their way into the ring. Sanchez has 6 wins by submission. Joseph Moralez trains with Team Alpha Male. This was an excellent showdown between 2 flyweight contenders who are on the rise. Roberto Sanchez, very wiry, very tough, very resilient fighter. He really comes to bring it. I mean, it was nice. It was a really, really nice fight. Good control throughout from both fighters. It started off with Sanchez dominating with his wrestling, just completely dominating the fight. He took Moralez down, gathered his legs next to the fence, just pinned him down, controlling him. He stayed on top for most of the first round. But it was quite like scrappy. They're really scrappy, and they're really like the scrambles are brilliant because they're so light. And Sanchez was coming into this fight undefeated, won 6 of his last 7 wins, all by submission. And tonight was his UFC debut in front of his hometown fans in New Mexico. So it was a great showing for him. He dominated most of the first round. He just controlled Moralez' wrists, and he was limiting his posture, and he just holding him down and landing little shots here and there. But he never got a chance to fully like optimize his opportunity and get some offense going. Uriah Faber was here tonight in Moralez' corner, as Moralez trains with Team Alpha Male. He has been for a long time. He had 4 submission wins coming into this fight. He's got Danny Castillo in his corner as well, coming into the cage, ready to go. Also his UFC debut, Joseph Moralez. This is a guy you've actually heard Uriah Faber talk a lot about in the past, so you know he's got something to bring to the table. If Faber's gonna, and reportedly Faber missed a wedding to be here tonight to see his fighter fight. It just goes to show you how much he cares about his guys. Faber's an all-round G, obviously. He's been in the game for years. Absolute badass. So the first round was dominated by Sanchez, but Moralez in the second round, he really came out, and he never let the occasion get to him. He never let the fact that he was dominated the first round get to him. He landed a lovely left hook and then a right cross, and he was able to take Sanchez down straight away, and he was able to take his back immediately and sink the hooks in immediately. So it was almost like a mirror opposite of the first round. He knocks him down beautifully, and as Sanchez was trying to turn Moralez into the cage, then he ended up knocking Sanchez down at that point. And Sanchez was trying to invert to get his leg for a knee bar, but expertly, Moralez just took his back from there, literally got the seatbelt control, and he just sunk both his hooks in, and from there he was just working the chin. And see, from there it was pretty much the beginning of the end. Sanchez was doing great to survive for a long time, and he was recovering really well. Like he was constantly fighting the wrists of Moralez, even though Moralez had a strong body triangle. Sanchez wasn't giving up, and he was fighting the wrists. He was fighting the lock, not letting him get it. And for a long time, Moralez had the choke in, but it was just not under the chin. It was just over the chin, and he just kept squeezing. He was trying to get it to sink just under the chin slightly, and just get him to tap out. And eventually, Sanchez just couldn't take any more. He was gonna go out. Really crafty recovery from Moralez being dominated in the first round, the opening stanza, and just coming out in the second round and really showing the experience and exposure he's been getting at Team Alpha Male, and just a phenomenal finish, really. Crafty work. His first UFC win, his debut, he improves to 9-0, and this guy is a serious flyweight prospect. Serious prospect. I mean, if you ain't looking out for this guy, then you're missing something. You're missing something, because this guy's got some serious tools. And 125, this guy is a serious contender. 120, beg your pardon. I mean, that beautiful jab, like loose jab, just to sort of get Sanchez to think about it, and then over the top with that lovely cross. It was just amazing. And this was only the fucking Fight Pass Prelims one. It was 2 finishes already, 2 excellent fights. All the 4 fighters that came out to fight brought it, and they all wanted to win. So that's fucking remarkable shit. Awesome. Shit hot. Really, really, really impressed with that. We move on to the opening bout of the actual prelims. Jose Quinones versus Diego Rivas. So we have some notes for this one right here. There we are. So this one's going good. So Quinones' opportunities lie in keeping the distance, owning the center of the cage, and defending the takedown, keeping the fight standing, and just trying to really dominate on the feet. Because he's mostly a stand-up guy. He loves to dance around the ring. He loves to move around. He loves to get the job done. Diego Rivas from Peru. The route to victory lies in backing him up, inside combinations, and mixing the takedowns in with the strikes. And Rivas really needs to add all these things into his game today if he wants to take it to Quinones. Apologies. Don't want to disrespect his name. Both these guys coming in a fight. Quinones, 27 years old. Rivas, 25. Same height. Yeah, same reach. Virtually identical. Everything. The way they're doing it. It started off really good. They're both really relaxed and both really flowing. More so Quinones, his style is really like he likes to dance around the ring. This is the third fight of the night. The two previous fights had been excellent, and this one did not disappoint in any way, shape, or form. They started off, both guys coming out strong, wanting to take control of the fight and dictate where it's going to go. Quinones reversed Rivas' takedown early and ended up taking him down, controlled him. Rivas beautifully escaped an anaconda attempt from Quinones quite early on. Beautifully got out of it, and Quinones ended up getting back out from there because he got reversal. Then he ended up reversing Rivas again and getting back to his feet, where he actually wants to be, and started playing around again. Quinones was really showcasing his superior striking, his superior awareness and understanding of being in the cage, just being so loose on his feet and just flying around, gliding around the ring, but not being too loose and relaxed where he's not paying attention to what he should be, but just enjoying it enough. He seems like he enjoys to fight. He enjoys to move around. He enjoys what he does. When he ended up getting up, he just showed superior technique, good footwork, moving around, landing strikes at will. Rivas really started to look quite flat-footed, and at the end of the first round, a couple of swings to end the first round, undeniable heart from Rivas all the way through. Quinones as well. When I talk about awareness, there's beautiful awareness to catch Rivas' kicks and land strikes or try and sweep him straight away from there, and not wasting opportunities like that. If someone throws a lazy kick at you, you should be able to grab the kick and capitalize. Don't just let go of it then. You've grabbed it, so now let's land a beautiful cross on top, or let's try and sweep his leg away, or let's cause some sort of damage. And that's exactly what Quinones was doing. He was any mistake from Rivas, he was capitalizing. He was dominating the center of the cage as well throughout the fight, and not letting Rivas in the pocket in any way. He's keeping that beautiful distance, staying nice and light on his feet. Anytime Rivas would enter his space, he would be met with a beautiful stiff jab or a nice low kick or a lovely combination. And that was the key basically for Quinones, was the variation, the variety throughout the fight. it was looking really good. Really great fight from both guys. They both really brought it. But it was Quinonez's fight to throw away, and he just continued to do the same throughout, dominate the fight with his variations of shots, controlling the octagon, controlling where everything went. Um, Even when he was taken down, he was never flat on his back. He was always trying to scramble, get back on his knees, stand up again. Um, Survived a good head triangle choke from Rivas, and Quinonez's superior striking was the reason he won that fight, and he got the decision victory. That one went to decision, but that was a great fight. Great fight. And after that, we had the bantamweights, Rani Yaya versus Henry Briones. Um, it'd only been a couple of fights. This UFC Mexico City was already gearing up to be an excellent card, better than most pay-per-views, minus the John Jones versus DC pay-per-view, the last one, because that was phenomenal. Um, all the fights have been exciting so far, all competitors pouring all out, and at this point, man, you just couldn't wait for the next one. I mean, Ronnie Yaya and Henry Briones was coming up next, man, and just couldn't wait, because I knew this one, these guys are going to bring it as well. And, yeah, body locked against the fence. But yeah, I'll talk about it in a little bit of detail now. Ronnie Yaya, excuse me, grappling expert coming out of Brazil, from Brasilia. Great competitor, been in the game for a long time. This was his 13th UFC bout. His ground game is phenomenal. Rani Yaya started fighting 15 years ago in 2002. He trains at American Top Team. This guy's 23 wins, 9 losses, 0 draws, 5'7". Just looking brilliant on the ground. And in his previous fights, he learnt a lot from standing too much and wanting to trade too much with people, particularly in the George Soros fight, where he stood the whole time and he realised that he lost all his energy and he was really flat-footed and he got tired. And now he just has to get back to the game plan, back to the bread and butter, what works for him. What has he been doing his whole life? He's a grappler. He's got the second most submissions in UFC WEC bantamweight history, 5. The third most takedowns landed with 27. And he's 1 out of 4 fighters in UFC history with a north-south choke submission. So this guy is very varied. He's very experienced. He's been around the block. He's not fucking around. He's not playing any games. He's in here to do what he does. The bantamweight showdown. His opponent, Henry Briones from Tijuana, Mexico. He's 19-6-1. Henry Pure Briones, as he gets called. He went decision with Cody Garbrandt. So, excuse me. Absolutely not a scrub in any stretch of the mead. He loves to stand. He loves to strike. He's extremely confident on the feet, and he knew what he wanted to do in this bout. He actually left his 4-month-old son to move to go to stay in Mexico City for a whole month leading up to this fight to get acclimated with the climate. So I mean, he was coming into this fight very focused. He left his son was just born, and he left him to just come out here and train for all this time. So that's awesome. It really is. It just shows the commitment of these guys and what they're willing to sacrifice to get in there and showcase their talent, showcase their martial arts ability. It's awesome, right, to see. Really interesting about Briones. He actually started training at the age of 26. His boxing game's unreal. He's got 11 first-round finishes, and he goes for the kill. So this fight would have been no different. And the fight started off, Briones in the white shorts, early takedown by Yaya. Immediately he took Briones down next to the fence, controlled him, controlled his legs, gets the side control pretty easily. From there, he's just pinning Briones on the mat. With his back flat on the mat, not letting him even move an inch. This fight, Yaya has literally came in and he's utilising his game plan straight away. The 32-year-old knows exactly what he wants. He's got the 36-year-old pressured, pinned on the ground, not being able to move at all. He ends up getting side control. He feels before he used too much energy standing, so now he's not fucking around at all. He ended up going for a north-south choke, which Briones ended up getting out from. Then Briones retained half guard, but I mean, it gave this expert grappler the opportunity to attempt a Kimura. He got the Kimura lock, and Yaya passed his guard way too easy, way too easy. And Briones had half guard locked, but he let go, and Yaya was able to get his legs out, get into side control. And we all know when you've got a Kimura lock right into side control, that's where you can really finish the Kimura. You can finish it from half guard as well, but I've always been taught from people all over the world wherever I've trained jiu-jitsu, whether it's been at home, even with my brother, or if it's been in Brazil training under Silvio Bering, who is a Coro belt, or with Gordo Colima, the guy who modified and worked on and developed the half guard. These guys all say to complete a Kimura correctly, you want to get into side control, and that's when you've got the full pressure on the guy's shoulder just to crank it. So Briones never even got a chance to really get started in this fight. Yaya was flawless on the ground. He finished the Kimura. Briones tapped out because he was worn out before in his fights by standing. This fight, he was very smart. He just set up the takedown with strikes, shot in immediately against the fence, body locked to Briones, and didn't even give him a chance. Literally just swallowed him like a cobra does in the jungle. So it was really nice, really nice work. There were 4 fights in. This was another first round finish. What can you say? Just an absolute amazing card. Then we had Dustin Ortiz versus Hector Sandoval next, which is another good fight that I was looking forward to. I mean, so far this Mexico City card has been phenomenal. We're still only in the prelims, and look at the amount of finishes we've had. So now we've got Justin Ortiz, 16 wins, 7 losses, 0 draws. Excellent wrestler, excellent striker, excellent at mixing it up. Ranked number 12. He's got 1-inch reach advantage against Hector Sandoval of Team Alpha Male, who is also an excellent wrestler, really angry, really focused. He's 14 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. Kid Alex is a badass. He's 2 great wins already. He's a very strong power wrestler. Both of them are really, and this is a great showdown to just showcase who's going to move up in the ranks, who's going to drop down a few paces. Justin Ortiz, a seasoned 120-pounder. He's fought the likes of Ray Borg. He's beaten Ray Borg, beaten Snoggins, good wins, and he wants to get back in there again. He was extremely unlucky in his last fight against Justin Moreno. He just sort of took the eye off the ball there and got taken out. Looking for his 11th UFC win. He's also fought Wilson Hayes. I mean, Dustin Ortiz has been around the block. He's fought everybody. He's been unlucky, but hard work is a thing this guy is no stranger to. Dustin Ortiz is working hard every day in the gym. He knows what he wants. He knows what he needs to improve on. He's mentally really tough. He's really got that wrestler's mindset. He wants to put it together tonight. He also had a great performance against Jack Hermansson, showing the cardio levels that Dustin Ortiz has got. So we know for a fact that being here in altitude isn't going to affect Dustin Ortiz at all, because we know he's got remarkable cardio. Hector Sandoval, highly aggressive, high charisma, hammer-fisted someone in their guard in his last fight and finished him. That shows the kind of power that Hector Sandoval actually has. He lost his pro debut and then won 14 cents in a row. He's got 4 first-round finishes. So both these guys come to bang. They come to take you out, man. Dustin Ortiz, 3rd most total strikes landed in UFC flyweight history. 5th most takedowns landed, UFC flyweight history, 25. 7 wins by knockout. So I mean, this guy's landed 923 strikes. This guy's serious. This guy comes to get the job done. He's not playing games. He's not fucking about at all. And this fight started off the same way. All the fights tonight have been in this awesome card. I think it's just the Mexican fans. They just make the fighters really want to fight hard, because Mexicans have got so much heart and they bring it. So round 1, Ortiz seconds in. I mean, fuck, the fight barely even began, man. Hector Sandoval rushed in to charge at Ortiz. Ortiz stepped back and landed a beautiful cross over the top and just landed it on Sandoval. Ortiz was walking around like a G after it. I mean, he puts in work, and this was so early in the round, and he makes it look so easy, but it was literally Sandoval just rushed in and tried to just land some wild strikes. Ortiz was poised, he was collected, he was calm, he was cool. He just stepped back and then just landed a perfect counter cross, just perfect counter cross. Landed and just knocked Sandoval clean out as he was rushing in. He really used Sandoval's aggression against him as he was on the back foot and just counter-crossed him. And then he followed up with 2 right hooks and then just hammer-fisted him on the ground until the referee jumped in and finished it. This fight barely even began, and Dustin Ortiz never let Sandoval even get started, even think about getting started. Excellent fight. Fucking awesome so far. I mean, what more could you want? The finishes just keep coming, and now we go to the main fight of the prelims, which was against Brad Scott of the UK versus Jack Hermansson of Sweden, I think, but he's Danish as well. He's got that whole Scandinavian thing going on. Bit of a fucking nutter. Bradley Scott coming in, 12 wins, 4 losses. Hermansson, 15 wins, 3 losses. Last fight KO win for Hermansson. He has 15 wins by... he's just won 13 of his last 15 fights. This guy defended a triangle. In his last fight, he was getting his ass kicked, and then he ended up turning it around and took the guy's back, got the hooks in, flattened him out, just took him out with strikes. Brad Scott was going to actually retire after his last fight, got a good finish, and then he decided to continue on with fighting. Both guys looked really composed and ready to go. They looked up for it. This one started quite early too. Joe Martinez getting them acquainted. I mean, Hermansson came out with intent, nice and loose. I mean, both guys. Scott was ready to go as well. They're both well-versed guys. Scott ended up getting the early advantage. Then he ended up getting taken down straight away by Hermansson, who was doing well to control Scott's wrists, just keep him pinned down. Scott with a brilliant triangle attempt, where literally, if he was to grab the Hermansson's leg, probably would have gave Hermansson no chance to escape, and got him with that. Hermansson escaped beautifully from that. He ended up mounting Scott, and he ended up getting side control. Then he was going for a Kimura, faking it, but then he actually passed the guard and mounted him immediately. So it was really, really nice chess play there to make him think he's going for a Kimura. And then immediately, as Scott was trying to get back on his knees to get on his feet, Hermansson never gave him a chance. Flattened him out, got his hooks in, just flattened him right down. Strikes coming from angles. Not letting Scott even get ready to even get on his feet or anything. Just give him no chance. Just flattened him out, and then Scott turned onto his back on the mat and was facing up towards Hermansson. Hermansson mounting him, just landing strikes. Thinking about going for an arm triangle there for a second, but just continuing on with strikes, elbows. Just absolutely bum rushing him with strikes as soon as he got the chance to get on top. Wilder still nice and dry. No reply from Scott. Nothing coming back. The referee had to just step in and finish it. Another first round finish. What a fucking card. What a fucking card so far. I mean, Jesus. I'm not a Christian, like, but fucking Jesus Christ. What the fuck? This shit has been awesome. This shit has been unreal. I mean, shit. Dominating performances from all these guys so far. We're only at the end of the prelims here, and phenomenal performances. I mean, the type of card this was. This is the type of show that goes under the radar as well, and it just makes you think. All these young warriors coming out, going at it to see who will move up the ladder and who will go down. I mean, dreams are made and broken in the octagon. And tonight, I mean, we've seen a lot of people get closer to the dream. We've seen some people go take a setback and go one step back. It's a stacked card in my opinion, and literally we're only halfway through the fights. It's funny how often these fight night cards actually go unnoticed. This one's not going unnoticed though. I hope it's not. I mean, I'm not saying anything about like UFC 214, but a lot of the pay-per-view cards are disappointing at times. This fight, every fight is delivered so far. It's just remarkable, man. Excellent KO victory for Dustin Ortiz, and then Hermansson with a brilliant, dominating performance, just showing their all-round skills and what they work on every day. And shit, did I mention this was still only the fucking prelims? Fuck. Jesus Christ. Muhammad, Allah, fucking Buddha, whatever the fuck you want to call it. This is some high-level shit going on, and this should be respected and appreciated. These guys are really bringing it. No one's there to just. No one's came out tonight just wanting to win on points. There has been 1 points victory going on this, but that was a war. Those guys were going at it, and they were showcasing their talent and skill. No one was being a bitch. So many great finishes, so many great fights so far, so many breathtaking moments. I mean, that last fight, especially the Joker, Hermansson, dominated. He looks like a big prospect in my eyes, especially after that last performance. He's got 3 first-round finishes. It's 4 fights in a row now. I mean, wow. The Joker, he's a beast. I can't wait. Can't wait for the main card now. And this has been extremely memorable. Moreno versus Pettis still to come, and who will be great. The fans in Mexico are awesome. Anyone watching around the world on Fight Pass, this is a kind of card that actually makes having a Fight Pass subscription worthwhile as well. So, yeah, man, it's a little plug for Fight Pass, because Fight Pass is pretty sick, to be honest, man. You get to watch all kinds of fights. You don't get to watch the main card or anything like that. But at the same time, you always get to watch the prelims and the early prelims. And in my opinion, you get to see future talent, future rising stars, the guys you should really be watching. So yeah, no, awesome. Awesome. Sergio Pettis also has been in Mexico City 5 weeks prior to this fight to get acclimated. Very smart, intelligent move, staying there for longer. He's really scrappy, he's really charismatic, so that's going to be a great fight. Moreno, scrappy as hell, great fighter. We'll see what happens in that one, but looking forward to it. Now move on to the main card. What went down in the main card last night? The first fight of the main card was Alessandro Rivas, the Mexican boxer, 18 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw. This is a bantamweight clash versus Andre Sakham Thath. I'm sorry, I don't want to get his name wrong. I'm just going to call him Andre for now because it's disrespectful. I can't pronounce his name. He has a Thai name, so I don't want to butcher his name. I don't want to sound like a cunt. So let's call him the Asian Sensation because that's his nickname. And I used to get called the Asian Sensation when I was a kid, and for some reason, some of my mates. So we're gonna call him the Asian Sensation, right? Just because I don't want to butcher his second name, out of respect. Now, round 1, that fight started. This is the opener of the main card. So far, we've had amazing fights, and this was nothing short of spectacular and amazing, just like every fight we've seen so far tonight. Honestly, the fight starts with Andre taking center. He's so relaxed. Andre's his striking is phenomenal. His poise and how relaxed he is in the center of the ring, octagon, sorry, is brilliant. And he was just really using that reach advantage. Not allowing Rivas to get too close to him, staying out of range and landing his strikes at will, whether it was punches, kicks, whatever, just landing beautiful jabs, and really early on, really stiff, strong left jab from Andre knocked Rivas down. He got back up really, really quick, excuse me, and returned the favour with many leg kicks, as many as he could throughout. Perez went for a takedown attempt, failed at it. His low kicks were doing really well, to be honest, and he was staying on the outside. He started to really move around the outside of the cage. Excuse me. Andre, the Asian Sensation, again used these jabs, and he actually knocked Rivas down multiple times with a jab in the early round. So it was looking like the judges might score them a 10-8. I mean, you just never know with that kind of thing, especially with the unified rules. They've changed the rules now to complement more. It's a little bit easier to get a 10-8 round now if one guy's getting dominated, because before they wouldn't give it out as easy. Rivas landing nice kicks throughout, just staying on the outside, using what he can with the leg kicks. Andre, this Asian Sensation, with the superior striking. Perez attempts another takedown against the fence. Andre eats many leg kicks. This opening stanza ends with both fighters missing and swinging and missing at each other. But excellent round. Busy. Both guys are busy. Andre had to take that first round with a knockdown. Just had to be. And second round comes out. Right hook, left cross from Andre to start off with. Lands beautifully. High kick from Perez. A jab. Another jab knockdown from Andre. A lead hook from Andre. And then he controls the center of the octagon. He allows Perez to get on his feet again. He doesn't pounce. I mean, if he had a little bit of a better or more confident in his ground game, you'd wanna capitalize on that. But I guess he just wanted to stand and fight. Perez went back to his low kicks, which he was finding a lot of success with. He lands a beautiful overhand at one point in the second round. Andre actually slips on his bum, but a solid overhand did land. So they're even now, sort of with 2-1 to the Asian Sensation with knockdowns. Perez on the ground. Andre escapes, separates Andre's hand. No, sorry, he gets up. They're both against the fence, and Perez does phenomenal. He's controlling Andre's hands, and then he lets go of the wrists and lands a beautiful spinning elbow. Very eye-catching. Great showcase from both guys so far. Excellent close round again. I'd have to give the second round to Perez. It could be 1-1 going into the third round. The cleaner striking's been with Andre, the Asian sensation. Round 3, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. The fight's up for grabs. I mean, we have to see how it goes down. The third round was more of the same. Extremely close. Both guys bringing it. Andre controlling the center of the ring. I really like the way the Asian sensation controls the octagon. He's very relaxed. His footwork's phenomenal, and he seems like he really loves to fight. He gets a takedown in the third round. Perez, his corner wanted it, and they got it. That's what they're shouting for. Perez ends up controlling Asian sensation for a bit of the round. He ends up getting up on his feet. And Andre is really going for it. It's been Perez's round in round 3, so Asian sensation knows it. It's getting interesting. This could just swiftly change, and the momentum might tilt towards Perez. But so Andre is taking it to him, pushing the pace, chasing him around the ring. He stuffs another takedown. And Andre is just stalking him around the ring, stalking him down. It's going to be interesting to see what the judges think about this one. It ends up being a split decision victory for Perez. But I mean, still a phenomenal fight. This event just keeps getting better and better and better. And we're on to Alvi versus Rashid Evans next, which was sort of not the greatest fight. And I mean, Sam Alvey won a very poor, slow decision, slow fight. I don't really want to talk about that one too much. But the fight, this card has been phenomenal so far. Excellent fights. And what can you say, man? Such heart has been showcased. Perez there ended up getting a decision, but I mean, Andre, the Asian sensation, they both brought it. They both brought it, and he should not be ashamed of himself because he really took it to him. Just going to go briefly over the next couple of bouts. Oh, sorry, no, in fact, sorry, there's a good one here as well. There's 2 good ones. So we're going to miss the Sam Alvey and Thingy fight. It's because it wasn't really... It was a really close fight. I mean, Rashid Evans landed a couple of takedowns. Alvey would get back on his feet. It was just really slow. Rashid looked like he was kind of shy. He was gun shy a little bit, and he wasn't really sure if he wanted to pull the trigger or not, which is a shame. But yeah, it was close. 2 veterans going at it. Just one of those fights. It just didn't really prove to be all that on the night, unfortunately. Some great rounds so far. Just want to find the notes for other fight in the card. We'll just jump to Alan, because I don't want to talk about anything that I never actually covered or I never actually wrote about. Do you know what I mean? So, so I just missed the Martin Bravo and Humberto Bandene fight, which I'm pretty sure I actually watched, to be honest. For some reason I can't remember right now. But we'll move on to the Niko Price and Alan Jouban fight, because that was nice. Beautiful textbook Muay Thai. It ended really early again in the first round. Niko Price caught Alan Jouban's leg kick and just landed a flush cross right through his guard, and that was pretty much the end of it. Jouban did not want to be in there. He was shook. He was street struck. He was fucked. Niko's got some power in his fucking fist. He really does. And he was screaming after it, running around the cage. If I hit you, you go down. If I hit you, you feel it. And he really is that kind of fighter. But if he lands flush with his cross, you're going down. You're going to feel that. And Alan Jouban, I think he's been filming too many podcasts, because this guy needs to work. This guy needs to get back to work, man. He had some really good victories in the beginning of his career, and now he's not looking so good, man, his last couple of fights. And this fight especially, such a fundamental flaw I mean, he's supposed to be a Thai boxer. He's supposed to be a stand-up guy, and he's throwing weak, loose, lazy kicks like that. And he can get caught. He should know you can get caught and get banged like that, because that's Muay Thai 101. But hey, co-main event of the night: Randa Marcos versus Alexo Grasso. In my opinion, I mean, people think Alexa Grasso used her boxing and picked Randa Marcos apart all the way through it. But I honestly think Randa Marcos done more. She's pushing the pace more. She was more tenacious. She deserved the victory. And I honestly think the judges gave it to Alexa Grasso because they're trying to build her up as a star in Mexico and blah, blah, blah bullshit. You know how it always goes. I mean, you could say Grasso was landing better strikes on the feet, but honestly, Randa Marcos done more, and I thought she won the fight. Yeah, and so far the fights have been phenomenal, excellent, excellent, excellent bouts. And it's funny how I'm talking more about the prelims than I am the actual main card fights, because those fights were fucking impressive, more impressive in my opinion. So let's go to the main event: Sergio Pettis versus Brandon Moreno, and it was a great fight, a great 5-round war. Moreno came out strong in the first 2 rounds, and I'd say he controlled the first round, got a great takedown, dominated Sergio Pettis, position for position, because he really wanted it. He looked like he was in there, and he was not messing around. He wanted it. So the first 2 rounds, I'd totally give to Moreno's. As it was a 5-rounder though, Sergio Pettis really came in and started to show his experience, his variety, his diversity of strikes. Just taking it to a level where Moreno's not used to, and he just really isn't used to operating at that high of a level with his striking. As Sergio Pettis has got people like, Duke Rufus, he's got his big brother Anthony Pettis, he's got people like Tyron Woodley in his camp, he's got people like Ben Askren in their camp. So many high level guys. They've got very high level striking coach as well in there. Duke Rufus was a world champion in kickboxing. He is known for kickboxing. His brothers, they literally put that area in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, on the map because of their kickboxing ability back in the day when no one was doing it, no one gave a fuck. These guys were doing it. So he has got world-class striking, and he's really turned young Sergio into a dominant force, man, who's a force to be reckoned with in flyweight. I mean, I'm telling you, he came on in the next 3 rounds after the first and second. I mean, you could claim the second round was Pettis' as well, but he definitely lost the first round. Then after that, he pretty much dominated the fight. Inch for inch, he dominated every position, and he never gave Moreno even a chance to be able to utilize his game plan and utilize and use the hometown advantage. As the fans were screaming for Moreno all the way through, but Pettis had it under control last night, and just showed that you need to have some experience as well in this game. You can't just pop up and beat everybody. Moreno's had some great victories lately, but people took him really lightly. And tonight, Pettis never took him lightly at all. He understood that Moreno comes with a lot of danger, and just stayed composed, kept his distance, used the distance well, and it was his diversity and variety of strikes that really took Moreno into a place where he wasn't familiar. Great decision win for Pettis, unanimous, and wow, what a fucking card, honestly. This has been one of the best cards of this year, and UFC 214 was the best card of the year. This is, I mean, if anything, this is probably going to be the best fight night card of the year. It was phenomenal, man. I mean, everybody brought it. Everyone showed excellent will. I mean, amazing determination and the want and need to win, It's just fucking amazing stuff from everybody. Moreno was great in the scrambles. He was great in there, but he couldn't get it. He couldn't get over that finish line, and he looked like he was a bit shook in the end. Just wow! What amazing bouts, phenomenal performances. I mean, who'd you give fight of the night to? Who'd you give performance of the night to? Honestly, I mean, knockout of the night. Well, Dustin Ortiz. Give him knockout of the night, or give it to Niko Price. Honestly, a performance of the night. I don't know. I really don't know. Then you've got Hermansson with first round finish as well. That could be performance of the night. I mean, Sergio Pettis could be performance of the night because he looked phenomenal out there. He really looked great. It's just so many good fights, man. Rani Yaya, fuck, first round submission victory. Do you give it to him? Submission of the night probably has to be that, to be honest. I mean, shit, who'd you give it to, man? Like, I'm actually stuck. Who the fuck do you give this to? I mean, like, who gets fight of the night? Who gets performance of the night? I mean, I honestly think it's not unreasonable to give it to more people than you normally would. Like, give a whole bunch of them performance of the nights. Give a whole bunch of them fight of the night. Not fight of the nights, but give them quite a lot of them performance bonuses. Because fuck, man, they put on the line tonight. These young warriors went at it. These people wanted it, man. I mean, even the Quinones and Rivas fight. Shit, that went to decision, but that was a good fight. Great performance, great showcase from Quinones and both fighters for that matter. You know, fucking Rani Yaya getting Henry Briones against the fence, getting a body lock, getting that takedown, just dominating. So you could give him performance of the night too and submission of the night. So I mean, really, it's up in the air. It's been an absolutely brilliant card. And this fight night has not disappointed. UFC Fight Night, Mexico City, man, it delivered the goods in every respect, in every way. All fighters came and brought it, and no duds tonight. Great showcase. I'm coming from SKTWINZTV, and that was a UFC Fight Night recap show for you. And we're going to be back shortly with a recap of the Lomachenko fight from last night. I really hope you enjoyed the show, and if you do, don't forget to give us a like, give us a subscribe, help us grow as a channel. We want to make more videos, we want to increase our content, we want to increase the quality of our content, and we want to just keep giving you honest opinions and honest reviews of the fights from the perspective of lifelong martial artists. So peace out, keep watching martial arts.